Good morning, folks. Or is it a good morning? It's Sunday, the 18th of March, and if you don't know what's happening now, then watch my last video right at the end, perhaps the last 5 minutes, and you'll understand. So, roll the intro. Okay, so last night I went to bed at about 12:30. It's dancing day today. Last night and all of yesterday we had snow, continuous snow. And this video is gonna sound like I'm making excuses, and I want this to be as real as possible, because those of you who suffer with anxiety or agoraphobia are gonna know exactly what I'm talking about here. So I went to bed at about 12:30. The snow was laying on the ground. It wasn't that much, maybe 2-3 centimetres, perhaps a bit more on the car this morning, 4-5 centimetres of snow. The roads are dodgy, the roads are pretty treacherous. I've looked on Facebook and like the local forum for people in this area, and they're all saying like, don't drive unless you have to. The roads are bad, people are skidding off the roads all over the place. But regardless of all that crap, I went to bed at about 12:30, and it was already on my mind, and I just lay in bed and I was visualising it. Not purposely, I wasn't trying to visualise it, I just could not get it out of my head. And I've never actually been in the school. So they built a new school a couple of years back, and it's now the school that my daughter's at, it's the high school. And I've never actually been in there, so I didn't go to any of the parents' induction thing where you can walk round, and any parents' evening, stuff like that. I've never actually been in there. But she's only been there since September last year, so she's a 7th year. And what was I saying? Yeah, it's mad how I can create these perfect images of how I think it's going to look and how I, perceive the theatre's layout is going to be, and the entranceway, and where the people are going to be standing, and it's crazy. It's crazy that I can build such an in-depth, accurate picture. It might not be accurate, but in my head, it's crystal clear. There's no confusion. It's just like, it's going to be bad here, I'm going to have wobbles here, I'm going to stand there, try and pay for the tickets, and I'm going to be wobbly here, and then I'm going to get in the theatre, and I'm going to try and stand, and then I'm going to feel like I need to sit because my legs are going to feel weird. It's crazy. I'm going to be sitting here, and then after about 10 minutes, I'm going to have this weird rush of adrenaline, maybe my heart will pound, I'll get shortness of breath, and then I'm going to have to try and get out of there on these wobbly legs. And it's mad. It's mad because I really tried to focus. Once I'd been thinking about it for about like half an hour, I tried to visualise it going positively, but it just didn't feel right. It just didn't feel as clear. There was no clarity in how it was all happening. It was like I was confusing myself. I was trying to paint a positive picture of how it would go, but it was really, really difficult because there was just stumbling blocks, and my brain was saying, no, it's going to happen here, no. So yeah, so that was bad. And then we woke up this morning, because I was going to take my wife and daughter to the dance place this morning. My dad lives about 5 miles away in a small village, and I was going to go with him this morning. I say was, so I got up this morning. We found out that the dancing had been put back, so it was going to start at 10:30 instead of 9:30 because of the weather, and obviously the conditions are pretty bad, so it was trying to give people notice. So I got up this morning and I took my wife and daughter to the dance place in the car, and it was bad. It was really bad, but I've got a rear wheel drive car, and the back end was just sliding all over the place. And I don't know, I'm rabbiting, because I forgot to tell you the points, but the points were I was really hoping last night that they were going to cancel it completely. Obviously they haven't as yet, but it depends on whether people can actually get there. I mean, I've got there, but I only literally live 2-3 minutes away by car, and I really struggled to get home from there, because obviously, well, not obviously, but on the way there most of it's downhill, So to get back was a real struggle for me. Now I've spoke to my dad when I got back, and he can't get out of his village, so the roads are bad there. So he's not coming over, and it's not an excuse for me to not go, because I know that I can get there because I've already freaking been there once. But with the mental pictures that I was painting last night, I feel so... It's crazy. Like I was really... And it's bad, but I was really hoping that they would cancel it. In a weird way. Yes, I want to go and watch. But I was picturing so many different scenarios and none of them were positive. I was like thinking maybe I could just go in and just watch my daughter. I'd only be in there for like 3 minutes, which I've got no problem with. It's just the fact that I know that they won't let people in and out between dances. You have to wait for sections to finish. So it's a real shitty morning. And this is the fucking reality of anxiety. And yes, everybody can say, like, I didn't even freaking attempt to go there. And I feel really bad for it. I do feel really bad, but I don't feel low. But I do feel guilt. Yeah, what can you say? What can you do? I don't know. My dad's going to phone me in about 20 minutes and we're going to discuss whether he's going to even attempt to get out of his village. It's highly unlikely, but I don't know. I don't know where I stand at the moment. I don't know what to do. I feel guilt, but I also feel relief, and it's horrible because I said on here I was going to do it, but if shit was that easy, if it was that easy that I could say on this video now, right, on Monday I'm flying to Spain, it doesn't mean that I'm going to go and do it. And I know that's negative. I'm trying to justify my actions, and I shouldn't, because it is what it is. And if I didn't have a problem with this, and if it was as easy as just accept and float and all the other stuff, if it was that easy, then I wouldn't have a problem with this, because I just do that. So it's another one of those reality checks, and I don't know. I'll keep you posted. I'll talk to you very shortly. So, time has passed. I'm now about 10 minutes away from the time that my daughter should be dancing, and I've spoken to my dad, and he's not going to attempt to drive, which I don't blame him. It's, and I spoke to my dad, and he said he feels bad for me because obviously I'm not going to go without somebody. Or not obviously, I don't know why I keep saying that, but like the struggle is real, and it's more real if I'm going to go and do this on my own. So it's a bad situation, and he feels bad because he knows that I won't do it on my own. So he feels guilt now, which is not what we planned. And I said, like, yes, this is kind of an excuse, and I don't want it to be an excuse. It's not an excuse, because I could go and do this. I could go and attempt to do this on my own. And I woke my son and I told him how I was feeling in the hope that he might say, well, come on, Dad. But it's bad. I shouldn't put, it's no excuse to say that I can't go and do this on my own, because the reality is that I could seriously attempt to do this on my own. There is nothing stopping me apart from the mental block that I have. So, unfortunately, it's going to be one of those. It's going to be one of those missed opportunities that I will never get back. And I do feel bad for it. I really do. And especially like the comments that I had on the last video saying we've got your back and you'll be fine on Sunday. And, it's annoying because we're just over a freaking decade into this crap. And it's still there. It still blocks me. It still stops me from doing things that I want to do. And it's real. It's real. And like I do the podcasts and I give all this advice out to people and I don't even freaking follow it. I don't even follow my own advice. That's what's really annoying. Like, how can I sit here and make videos for people and tell you how to overcome anxiety when at the first sign of it, boom. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. But I'm not going. And there's pictures of my daughter dancing in the background. Well, okay. This is it for Sunday's vlog. Laters.